shit. No. Oh, now I have to wash my tablecloth. Shit. Oh, guys.
That was a really good catch.
I just cracked open my beer and it foamed over onto my hands.
Collected it with her hands.
And it's all over my tablecloth, which was a blanket. Aww.
I would help you, but I don't really know how to get involved with that one.
Well, anyways, welcome to DEPENDAsplaining. I'm Veronica. I'm going to go wash my hands. Go on. Lindsay's here.
Hey, I'm Lindsay. Here I am.
Hi, Lindsay, and I'm Jennifer. Welcome back, Lindsay. We missed you.
Hey, thanks. It feels good to be back.
What have you been doing lately? What's going on? Where are you? Who are you? Who's this person here? We don't know who this person is anymore. Who are you? Who's here?
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I've taken a new adventure as a working mom, and I've been working away.
Yeah, you have. What have you been doing?
Well, I am the programming, events, and marketing manager person, event coordinator at our local library. I basically get paid to color and build with Legos and craft robots and read to small children and big children and play and do some more crafting and some coloring, some painting, some gluing, all the things that involve programs and events. A few meetings here and there, but mostly just playing.
You're building robots?
Oh, we have these cool little, it's called like an Ozbot, and they follow like a black marker line, so you can code them to make them respond. If you want it to like turn around, zigzag, jump tracks, it's a new thing. It's kind of the STEM kits for children for educational learning.
On the black marker, they follow that line?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's so neat. Like, so I was trying to spell out the word read, because we're in summer reading program, so it's a lot of extra fun things. I'm sure it won't always be this fun. I'm waiting for my reality check. But, yeah.
Welcome back, Veronica.
Thank you. I went and I washed my hands and I grabbed the towel. Now this room's going to smell like beer.
Yes.
And shame.
But that sounds like a lot of fun.
It is, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's unreal.
I like it.
So usually we record during the weekdays, but because Lindsay isn't able to make it, we're recording on a Saturday, and the house is empty because our husbands took the children away, so we cracked open some beers. You don't know what time it is. It doesn't matter.
Crack it like it's Saturday.
Yeah. Or Monday morning.
Yeah. Or Tuesday afternoon, or just a Wednesday.
Yeah. Just any regular day. We'd just be cracking.
It doesn't have to be 5 o'clock anywhere for us to crack.
It's at 5 o'clock at some point somewhere. Who knows?
Exactly.
Around the world is what we count.
Yes, and we've been in all the time zones, so suck it. Fuck it.
Suck it time.
Yeah. We can drink whenever we goddamn well want to.
We're adults.
That's what our birth certificates say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 30, so I should be able to, right?
30 and flirty and thriving.
Yeah.
Mm. Hey!
Hey! Let's get to it. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about no more singing, Veronica.
Depend to say what? Did Veronica just break out into songs?
I tend to break out into a musical number sometimes. It's all right.
Wow, I am feeling missed.
No big deal. It's super hot in here. I'm sweating.
We might get a little delusional by the end of this recording. Who knows?
That's the point. Excuse my swallowing.
This is delicious, thank you.
Isn't it?
It's dubbed the Unicorn Fund.
What?
Yeah, unicorns.
Mine is Clockwork Tangerine, Citrus, something IPA. It's an IPA. It's delicious.
Yeah.
This one has facts about unicorns.
Session.
Unicorns are the national animal of Scotland.
Really?
Yeah, they're the inspiration behind her.
That speaks to my daughter's heart right there.
Yeah.
That's her spirit animal is the unicorn.
This one does not have anything about unicorns.
Wow.
The Unicorn Fund?
Yeah, that's it. It inspired their Unicorn Fund.
I love Brewdog.
Yes, Brewdog. Sponsor us.
Brewdog. We love you.
Sponsor us.
Your food's delicious.
Their food and their beer.
Beer.
Built from Bavarian yeast. Come on now. So
Delicious.
I get that crisp, clean taste. Thanks, Brewdog.
All right, let's get back to it.
Unlike your Rocky Mountains. Sorry.
I've been seeing a lot of promos for that beer, which is actually odd for our location and the beer it is.
Here? You've been seeing them here in the UK?
Yeah, you know how I'm always like, oh, fills you up and never lets you down like a cold blank.
Yeah.
That's because Facebook is always listening through your phone. They
It's
know.
true.
I saw buses in the city and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? It's following me.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
understand how they bring that type of
You can't bring that
beer
here now.
I know.
You can't have that here after you have all this other delicious crafted
like
beer.
It's
in
an
Belgium.
import. They're like, try our imported beer.
It's horrible.
Water.
Tastes like water.
Exactly.
Tastes like water.
It's the
gone
Rocky
bad.
Mountain waters that have been flowing for days in a swampy pond.
But they didn't realize that down that stream of these melted mountain snow, there was a dead goat.
I still do like
Yeah.
it, though. It reminds
The
me
dead
of, like,
goat.
growing up in the lakes and hanging out. It's kind of like my roots to my adolescence, early 20s, etc.
Yeah.
So I have a great appreciation just for the nostalgia of the memories incorporated
Just
with
for the
said
memories.
beer.
Yeah.
And then I started hanging around you, beer snobs, and tasted what it should taste like.
We are beer snobs.
And, I'm getting the best of both worlds, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you move overseas, though. You just start getting a taste for, like, the really good stuff. And now we'll go back to the States and be like,
You'll
none
never
of
be
this
the
stuff is
same.
going to be good.
None of it matters anymore.
They better have really good breweries wherever we go next, because
There are some fun ones in the
Oh, yeah.
States.
Yeah.
They do have some fun breweries.
I think they're popping up a lot more now, which is good.
Yeah, when we were in Montana, we got great beer while we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
And
definitely.
that's the thing, I wasn't really that into it when we were in Kansas. It wasn't like that, I don't know, wasn't a thing. Dave liked the breweries and stuff, and I was like, no, I'm not a beer person. Then I moved here, and I was like, I'm a beer person.
I'm a beer
I think
person.
that's what it is. It's like the beer finds.
I'm a beer person.
does.
I'm a wine person. I'm a coffee
Wine.
person.
I am a wine
I'm a gin
snob
person.
now. It's so, I can't believe it. Seriously, when me and Dave first got married, it was like all Moscato. I had to have like the Moscato champagne at my wedding because I wouldn't drink
Really?
regular champagne. It was too dry. And all those things, like I
like it
went
dry.
through
Dry.
bottles of Moscato. I was so into it. Now it's like, I can't even.
It's so
It's
sweet.
So
sweet.
sweet. I
Yeah.
could never. But
The
some
drier,
people
the
like
better.
sweet, yeah.
The reds. I'm
Yeah.
all about the reds
The
now.
reds are yum yum.
It took a little while. We trained ourselves. We did. We were on a mission when we first moved here. It was like, yeah, we're going to do the reds. And we did.
We got really red up in there.
We got all red.
It's all red.
It's all red and
At the end of the day, it's just a grape, right?
Yep.
a special grape.
Makes me feel special.
This is the drinking podcast today, where we discuss our favorite drinks. I
What's your
drink
favorite?
tap water.
I love tap water.
I live off tap water.
Well, it's the only way here, unless you want to pay. How much does it cost for the 5-gallon jugs? It's so expensive.
oh, I think it's like $7 a
Oh my
jug or
gosh.
something.
Yeah.
Remember you were paying like 25 cents back in the
Yeah.
States for the gallon?
And they deliver to you.
And they delivered.
You
and
can't
here
deliver
it's
here.
like, it's just water. Calm your tits. Why are you charging me so much? I'm just going to drink it out of the tap.
I always loved those Crystal Geyser, the square gallon jug that had
Yeah.
the handle every time I did my detoxes or cleanses, and I would just grab a whole bunch of those, and they're only like $1 a pop. Sometimes you could get 2 for $1, and that water's good.
And then you down it in the day and then you pee your pants.
And then you fill it up with the tap because you like the bottle it comes in.
And you're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that.
A giant bottle.
Kyle could tell me all the time, like, you're not supposed to recycle the jugs like that.
Why?
Speaking of jugs like that, I saw a thing where they can start fires if you leave a bottle of water
Yes.
in your car because it reflects off the sun. And
I've seen it happen. I've seen it
Oh,
happen.
no way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so lucky then.
Yeah.
I always leave bottles
growing-
of water in my car.
Right?
Well, it acts
Growing
as a
up.
magnifying glass.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so it acts as a magnifying glass. We, when we were in Guam, I saw a Jeep catch fire. Like, I saw it smoking. I was like, I think that Jeep is on fire. So I called the fire department, and they came out, and they said it was a bottle of water, and the guy had a rag with, like, oil.
Oh,
So I was
geez.
like-
They just added fuel to the fire. And then
yeah.
magnifiers.
But I mean, in Guam, and the sun was just blazing.
Yeah.
And through that water bottle, made like a magnifying glass. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Growing up in Tucson, I mean, I left bottles on bottles on bottles of half-drinking water bottles in my car
Yeah.
in the heat, in the Tucson
I still do it
sun.
here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I want this for the next day when I'm going to go inside and fill it up or whatever. And I'll just
Yeah.
leave it. And it's one less
And then
thing to
grab another
carry
one.
with the children
Yeah.
and the bags and the lunch sacks and the PT bags and the this bag and the
Yeah,
football kit and the whatever.
Yeah.
Leave the bottle in there.
yeah.
then I saw this thing. I was like, I can't wait to talk to Veronica, the fire expert, about that.
I'm not the fire expert. My husband is.
But you're a fire expert now.
Through association, you are a fire expert.
Through osmosis.
Like that time that I became famous because my husband's video was posted on Facebook. Through association, okay?
AFN, right? It was on AFN?
AFN, and then the U.S. Air Force posted it on their, like, official page, and they were doing, like, a whole segment on things. His just happened to be the first one, so it was, like, really bam in your face out there. He was so embarrassed. But
so for our listeners in the Americas that haven't been stationed overseas, AFN is, like, the Armed Forces Network, which is, like, the TV channel, like a cable service they offer for the American troops overseas and their families, and so
they're the cheesiest commercials.
The commercials are great.
Oh my god,
commercials are so funny. Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
those seriously, the commercials, and then they do like the weather and stuff, and it's like, oh, over here in the Africas and stuff. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah,
the Americas. And
but they
show serious.
They show a lot of shows, and it's pretty current. So it's nice
Movies
to have that.
And shows. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't use it here in the UK because I mean we have TV is in English here, but and
that's what I'm devastated about is I can't get the Victoria's Secret fashion show over here, and it's like my go-to program every year.
Yeah,
and I used to be able to see it on AFN or some sort of live. I can't get it here. I'm dying.
Oh, it's all right. You'll survive.
Yeah. I have.
Don't worry. Those bitches just make you feel bad about yourself.
They do make me feel pretty bad about myself, but they look good, so I'm all right
it's
with
like, great. Why can't my legs be that long?
Why can't I look like that in a bikini?
Yeah.
But they're wearing underwear.
Yeah. Why can't I be that thin but have giant boobs like that?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Where are my angel wings?
Yeah. How come I can't sprout wings like that? All glittery and shit.
I wonder how heavy that stuff is. Or it's crazy.
So those wings have to be super heavy.
The costume design, and then they'll have like a commercial, like a concert with it. It is entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really
There's
great.
a whole lot of stuff.
The craftiness behind it. I'm hoping to bring that to our local library.
Get your wings.
I made them with a hot glue gun.
Lindsay's going to be sitting there in her wings and her chonies on her Victoria's Secret bra. She's like, I didn't find the matching set, so I just wore Target underwear and my Victoria's Secret bra. It's good quality.
Yeah. I swear by their sport line because they keep the girls in place.
Oh, good for you.
But you won't find me. I don't even sit in my underwear at home. I'm not comfortable like that. No, it doesn't feel good to me. Like I can still feel it and see it. So, so it's like even though I'm not on like a runway in front of a bunch of people, even at my home, I just don't. I'm always covered. I don't like it.
Well, we've gotten off topic quite a bit. We didn't even get on the topic.
We haven't even gotten to our topic yet.
Let's get on the topic. Let's talk about not underwear this time.
Well, speaking of underwear, let's talk about support because underwear is our most supportive thing, you know?
Great segue.
That was so good.
Support.
Sometimes you feel supported, but what do you do when your bra lets you down? And maybe it's not your bra, maybe it's your family.
That are holding up your tits?
That are not holding up your tits, so you're feeling like you're in the tits.
Oh, no.
And that can be the tits.
Sweaty. It's sweaty in there.
Murky, boggy swamp of the tits.
The bra has been reused multiple times, and it stinks.
Through many workouts.
Yes.
Because this happens in life, in the military.
Yes.
What do we do when people aren't supportive? When family doesn't have your back?
Well, we actually have a listener that we have that topic to discuss with.
Oh, get out of town. Look at
that. She chose to stay anonymous, so we're just going to call her S, if that's okay with you guys, or girl, as Lindsay put it earlier, but just S is fine. And she writes, does anybody here have family that is unsupportive of military life? My husband's family has guilted us out of joining every time we've tried in the past, so we've decided to keep everything a secret until hubby has sworn in this time. I have a frog in my throat. Well, my 5-year-old spilled the beans while spending a few days in my in-laws, and they have been very cold towards us. We kind of lied and avoided the truth just to get through the visit, but now I'm anxious about having to break the news later. It seriously pisses me off how against joining my mother-in-law is. I would understand if she was genuinely worried about my husband's safety, but she just looks down on the military and doesn't want us to move farther away. Any advice on how to break it to our family gently but firmly? Now, she got a lot of comments on there, some very helpful, some very harsh, and I just wanted to help guide this poor child and her family and give her some advice on how to address this or how to go about it.
Yeah, and just some different outlooks on both ends of it. Yeah. Whether it's a happy ending or still a sad ending where your family is pretty much gone, which sucks.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
If they're so against it, like, what else are you going to do if this is the right choice? If her husband and her think that's the right choice for their family, it's like, you can't stop us. Like, this is what we chose. What are you going to do? Stop talking to us? That's on you.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and I've never met anyone who's unsupportive of military, too. So It's so weird to me to hear that somebody is not, that doesn't like the military. And she's not super specific on it, but I don't know if it's just the fact of because they move a lot or...
I don't know.
What, you know?
Yeah. I think it was just like she said, she looks down on the military.
It's terrible.
It's like, yeah.
That's so sad because it has the potential to be such a special time where I know in particular with my husband, he didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't know where he was going. He was over like the same old every day. He'd worked in the same job for like 8 years. And it's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sign up for the military. So it's like his parents were like, heck yeah, way to you go. Like, use it for your education, use it to get better, use it to find a career. Like, you have real direction, and this is something that can support you. So you kind of want that support and your family to have your back. It really guts me that people want to make this life choice, and it is a complete lifestyle change. Everything all around. There's some scary water you're stepping into when you go into that, and you want to feel that your family is going to be your safety net when times get rough or when things are harder, when you're unknown. So it just blows my mind that this happens to people. And I Googled it, and there's like a lot of other stories
of unsupportive family members.
Where they're like, I want to do this, my parents will disown me, or this person doesn't agree with me, and like, where do you draw the line where it's like, this is an adult, this is their life, this is their choice? How do we lift them up instead of tear them down?
That what you just said of the safety net, like falling back on your family and really finding support in them. A lot of times you don't have that, and I feel that you can grow from that if you have somebody. If you have a significant other, like for example, this young girl S, who has her husband is joining. That's going to be her only support, and she's going to be his only support if their family is so unsupportive, you know? And it might make them grow stronger in a relationship and really know how to handle stupid drama in the family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. So, and a lot of things will just kind of fall off. Like, just, they'll be like, whatever, this isn't important. We've been through rougher times, and we've gotten through them just fine.
Yeah. And then hopefully, you know, once the news breaks and if they're upset and whatnot, and they'll get over it once they see how successful he is. Because, mean, that's just, it's a career. It's a whole, it can be scary and everything too. And so I don't know what in the military they're against, but I hope they just see how, you know, just be so proud of what he does.
Exactly. They're going to be so proud of what he does, and then they're going to feel really goddamn stupid for not supporting him and being like, wow, this was a mistake. And they're going to see how he's probably going to be so happy in his career and all these opportunities that he's going to get by joining the military. And for her, too, as a spouse, she might even decide to join herself. You never know. You never know. She'll get opportunities to go to school or get a wonderful job on base and just make lifelong friends that she can start a podcast with.
Yeah.
But not call it DEPENDAsplaining, because taken. Let's say it's taken.
Copyrighted. Everything's taken. We got all the platforms.
This podcast's taken.
We got it.
I said podcat.
Podcat. It's our podcast.
That's a good point, though, that you touch on for opportunities. When I was seeing the advice section of this column, I was just looking through online. The one was saying, well, you're an adult and you want your family's support. If they're not going to give it to you, they're not going to give it to you. I'm sorry, that sucks. But basically selling the opportunity, selling that it's a stable position, selling that you can get the GI Bill and further your education, that you can further your career, that you have your medical coverage, and it's good for like building your life, building what you want, your dreams, and giving you a foundation for your family.
It builds good people.
And for the ones that aren't good, they usually get weeded out.
They get weeded out. But I mean, come on. They get weeded out. Those motherfuckers. But you walk onto a military installation, it is so clean. It's so organized. It's beautiful. And it's these members that keep it going that way. And you can pick them out in public easily. You can pick them out just by their demeanor.
Oh, yeah.
And the AFI.
And the AFI. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I mean, I don't know what I would do if my family was unsupportive. Like, because Dave was already in the military when I met him, so I never had any of that backlash of like, oh, you shouldn't date somebody in the military. I kind of had that in the back of my head, but I was like 18 at the time when I first thought about it.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, David, and your blue eyes.
Well, like, you hear all the stereotypes of like, oh, military men, they're just so...
hot.
Yeah. They're so douchey and they're so full of themselves, that type of thing. Of course they're hot too, of course, because they know. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you get, but I'm lucky I didn't get any of that backlash when they're like, oh, you're dating somebody who's in the military. Like, my parents were kind of proud because he was successful already. He had a career. He had something going for him. He was very driven. So that's the good part of it. They're very driven to do something. I mean, at least majority of them are.
Yeah.
And when they're not, they're voluntold to start driving. So at the end of the day, they find themselves driven in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anybody against you or against marrying Todd or someone against Todd joining the military?
No, I didn't experience any of that. But ours, we happened like super fast. Like we met, we're married months later. Like we're that weird story.
You didn't give anybody the chance to soak in. It's like,
but I have been in a situation where he was like either like deployed or in a 1-year tour of some sort, and I would stay home with my kids, and I've had like family members be like, well, you chose this life, trying to, and not that I was like complaining about situations, but when I would miss out on things or whatnot, and be like, oh, I can't go to this, like, this is our life, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And they try to pull that, like, oh, well, you chose this life kind of thing, that's on you.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a form of being insupportive, is it's just a complete ignorance because they don't know what this military lifestyle is. All of my family is non-military, like the grandpas and the older generations that are no longer around. We're the service members, but like my immediate family, parents, brothers, none of us are military associated. So they don't understand I'm the only lens into that life for them, and they don't get it. So there's those little snide comments that, you kind of brush off your shoulder and maybe roll your eyes, depending how dramatic you're feeling, or if you had a glass of wine, you're like, brother, I don't need that. But no, I don't even know what I would do, because you totally rely on, depending how close-knit your family is, you totally rely on their word and their support.
It means a lot. It means a lot to one. Yeah.
And when they don't, you start to question things that you are so set on. Like, you can have like this plan laid out in your brain. You can't wait to share it with them, and then they can totally
shut it down,
disintegrate that. And then you're like, wait, am I making the wrong choice? You start to question your own things and doubt your own plans, and it's really destructive.
Yeah. I had, my parents were not against the military. They're Mexican-American, so they were just like, whatever. My dad, I think, had like a draft card when he was in Mexico for like the Mexican army or something. I don't know. But anyways, they were against me getting married. My mom was like, oh, Kyle proposed to me. She's like, no. I was like, oh, I didn't realize he proposed to you. She didn't want me to get married, but not against the military. But then after we've been married for a few years and they saw how happy we were and how successful Kyle was in his career, they couldn't be any prouder. And, just like his parents are so proud of him. And his dad was also in the Air Force, and his grandfather was. There's been in like every war since like the Civil War. So they're all very, very proud of his accomplishments and just for his decision. And
yeah, that's so good. And I think that's the key ingredient to the ones that it just takes time for some. Some it's instant, and then when it's not and you go forward, just don't doubt yourself. Do the things, get in the military, be a supportive spouse, And then the family will eventually come around.
They will come around. And exactly. See. It's going to be hard to break it to them, and they're probably going to be really angry and just respond in a way that you were not expecting. But they will come around. They'll come around. What else are they going to do?
I mean, hopefully. Hope that. I did reach out to a few people, and I got some responses on this topic. One of them was saying that they're not really, it's not that they're not supportive, they just didn't want them to do it and then regret joining the military. And so when she has a hard time when her husband's gone at all, and she, you know, like you do, complain to family like, oh, I really miss my husband and stuff. Yeah. They go and tell her like, well, I mean, it's basically, we told you so, it's your own fault.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
And, like, that's terrible. You can't blame them. It's not, especially as a spouse. I mean, that's the person you love. You're here for support. You love them, and that's your person, and
you can't say that. What if it was a different career that said, oh, I have to, like an underwater welder that has to go somewhere to weld a ship that, I don't know.
I knew someone who did that. It was a really great job.
Yeah. So,
are you serious?
My friend had a boyfriend, and he it's deep sea underwater welding. Yeah. They wear like the metal round.
Yeah,
and it's a real thing. No,
that's
I'm saying
crazy.
It just popped into my head. I don't know why, but like some sort of career that's not in the military, but you have to travel. And let's say they're gone for like a week. Watch me roll my eyes for a week. And they're like, "Oh, I missed him." We're not going to be like, "Well, you got into this. This is your fault. You brought this on yourself."
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the military. It just happens to be they're serving their country. They're in a contract with the America.
Yeah, the government. The government owns
We discussed this last episode about the flat Earth theory and the dome, Lindsay. You weren't there.
I gotta get in on that one.
You need to be here. Yeah, but that's, it's, you can't blame somebody for that. It's not fair.
No.
That's not fair, and that is being unsupportive. You're not supporting their feelings. You can at least make them feel better. Like, hey, I'm really sorry you're going through that, and I don't know what that's like, but I'm really sorry, and I'm here to help you.
For you. Yeah. If you're sad because your husband is off in basic training for 8 weeks or for however long, or they're in tech school or they're training school or whatever, I will be there for you. Don't know anything you're saying, but I'm going to listen to you. Let's bake cookies.
Call me.
Jen made cookies yesterday, and she brought me some.
Just because she gave me the packet she gave me the cookie packet. So I felt the need and had to. I do have one more that
Kyle ate them.
Oh, Kyle. They were good.
I had like
Kyle.
3. I had like 3. The kids had 1.
Oh, okay.
The kids had I had like 3.
The kids shared
one
half
each,
of one.
Right?
1 each.
Okay.
They split one in half.
That's all.
And then I ate the other half and made them half the half.
Yeah. Be like, I'm going to pick out the chocolate chips out of this one because you don't deserve it.
You don't get chocolate chips.
Yeah. You get the crumbs.
You get it.
From the bottom of the bag.
I did get one. You're fine. I did get one other response too. She was very helpful, and I just asked her kind of more of a backstory of what she was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And she said her parents were mostly just against it because of the traveling. She says her and her siblings come from a broken family.
Oh.
And so they are a lot more tight-knit.
Oh.
You know, they're not been away from each other and whatnot. So what they were trying to do, this was her family too. Her husband was the one joining. And so they were trying to help him in a way of like finding other jobs in the area for him to join or for him to do instead of joining the military.
Another job for him to do.
Yeah, so they were looking at different jobs for him instead of like going and joining the military.
I found you a paper route.
like their personal shoppers.
Right?
I'm so sure.
Well, no, so I can understand where they're coming from. They were trying to give him other options. Be like, you don't have to join the military. You could do this job or you can do this. And I understand the fact that because they're such a close family, they don't want to be separated like that. It's understandable, but...
Yeah, that's when I would be like, Mom, listen, I'm going to go to Germany. I'm going to be stationed in Germany. Come visit me. Mm-hmm. Come stay with me for a month, and I will show you the way, the German way. We'll eat all the schnitzel your heart can handle.
It's
Spatzel.
Oh, my mom came and tried schnitzel, and she's like, now I know what a schnitzel is.
And her life will never be the same.
Did she have mushroom sauce?
The mushroom sauce.
Yeah.
I'm crying into my microphone.
Oh, God.
Oh, schnitzel.
Also, your mom, she was like, I'm going, because when she was leaving, I was like, oh, have a safe flight home. It was great seeing you again. I'll have to call you when I'm in California one day. And she's like, yes, I'm going to go straight to Pelayo's when I get home. And I was like, no.
Burn.
And yes, burn. I was like, does anybody have any aloe? Because she just burned me with that. Pelayo's is a restaurant in Vacaville, California, for those of you listening in the California area. California area.
Go to it.
Or near Travis.
Near Travis, yes. Go to Pelayo's. I forget what street it's on, but oh man, their chile verde burritos. Your life, it'll change your life, and you'll be like, I have been to Narnia. It's in this burrito. And
¿Qué diablo es eso?
Yes. The devil himself made that burrito. And you will never look back. Nom, 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 nom.
Great sidebar. Thanks, Veronica.
It's really hot in here.
It's so hot in here. It's getting hot in here.
Don't take off your clothes.
No.
Leave it on.
Mexico!
Put it on. Oh my gosh, we've been watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with the kids, and the kids think it's so funny. And we were watching it, or I remembered an episode where Carlton is like, they're at like a strip club, and he's like taking off his clothes like a stripper, and they're like, take it off. And then the mom walks in, and she's like, put it on. That's on right now. Keep it on. It's hot.
It's hot, but keep your clothes on.
But keep your clothes on.
Yeah. So yeah, back to the supports.
Support
your local military.
Support your troops.
Support all your troops. You know how nice it is to walk into, I mean, we don't get that much here in the UK, but like stateside, and you walk into a restaurant, and there's people, like I said, you can pick a military member out in a crowd. And they'll be like, this person's military, and they'll like pay for your meal, and they'll come over and shake your hand, especially the veterans. I love it. Look, it brought like goosebumps to my arms. They'll like come over and shake your hand, and they'll say, thank you so much for your service. Mm-hmm. I love that. It's so sweet.
I saw a really cool one in like supporting the troops in this tiny little restaurant in Florence, Oregon, super small town.
Oh,
I have a lot of family over that way. Mm-hmm. And they had like this little case thing with toy soldiers in it, and then a sign that was basically like, take one with you and say a prayer for the soldiers to support our troops. And it was like a really cute thing, but you could like take one with you to remember them, to think of them. And I thought it was,
I love that.
Tear-jerking.
Yeah, I love that. See, I mean, everybody's different. Some people have mixed feelings about the military. Some people are really against it, and some people are just too darn proud. I like it.
To be Americans.
Yeah.
I guess I'm biased because I've never had any issues with like being against the military or what they do, so I don't really know what people are really against. Is it the fact that because they're in war and that people don't like war, or
I think it's just
multiple things?
It's multiple things.
Yeah, they don't agree with a lot of stuff they do.
I guess it's the war portion of being in the military and just being too proud. Like being proud of being an American, I think gets on people's nerves, you know?
Yeah. So, which...
especially this time in age with, you know, just whatever's happening in the States right now.
Yeah, which reminds me of the comment that we got on our Facebook post, too, that she was the one who was not really unsupportive, but just didn't want her...
She was biased.
Her cousin or so... to not join the army, which I can understand,
right?
Because they're like right up in the front lines.
Yes.
So it's a protective issue that you have. She preferred them to join like the Navy or Air Force.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, and I commented on there, I said, I think we've all been guilty of that. Just because we're biased, I say, you know, like, we're Air Force wives. This is the only world we know as far as military. I mean,
right.
I've worked with the Army, and, like, we dealt a little bit with Navy when we were stationed in Guam, but this is the only life I know. this is what I like. Don't like change. I can't accept it. No. So, and I think
you are in the wrong spot.
No, I know, right? I am in the wrong spot. No, and I think just that we're a little biased to the branch of military that our significant others are in. Bet it would be the same if, let's say, if our husbands were in the army. It'd be like, join the army because blah, blah, blah is happening in the army and this is better in the army or whatever.
This.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we've all done that.
They all have nicknames for all the branches too. I just know the Air Force is called the Chair Force.
The Chair Force.
That one makes me crack up.
Yeah.
Well,
my husband's job's so not office Chair Force job, so like I can laugh at it. Because it doesn't offend me in any way, but like, hey, well, he does sit in a chair, and it's not enough to get me all bunched up, but that really cracks me up.
I know.
The Chair Force.
My husband's a Chair Force.
So is Kyle. I the other day I said at the school we were talking about parking and backing up our cars, and I was like, I always get nervous when I'm backing my car up into a space if Kyle's in the car because I was like, well, Kyle backs up fire trucks for a living. And then I was like, really? He backs up a desk right now. That's where he's at. Is like driving around in Chief One's vehicle or whatever.
Yeah. Hard life.
That's
what they always say. They just, Air Force has it so easy and stuff. And
it's not easy.
It's not. You know, they all have to go through their different struggles and stuff, too. I mean, they all get deployed, and some are not as long as what Army goes through. I remember Army was going for year deployments
they
or
go
so.
for like 14 months.
Yeah, and so it's insane. And so that's where I can see the bias on it, too, because I wouldn't want somebody that I loved getting into an Army where I'd be like, you're going to be deployed for over a year in areas where you're going to get shot at and you're going to be in the front line. I don't like that. You know, it's terrifying. But at the same time, it's like, those people, I'm really proud of you, too, because that's awesome. And to be a spouse of that person, too, you should be so proud of your member.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to see a lot of people because I worked for the Army in Belgium. And we got to see a lot of members come in, and they had just like, I just got back from, 16-month deployment or a 1-year deployment or whatever. And it's like, God bless you, because I don't know how your family does it. I don't know. Here I am crying over the 5 months that Kyle was gone, for his deployment. It's going to be 6 soon, okay?
Time is time. It's long no matter what. No matter what you do. Yeah.
You just happen to miss him. Some people miss him a little bit longer.
We're not hating on any of you.
Absolutely not. No. This is why we're all dependas together.
Dependas say what?
Let me take a drink of my beer. I was telling Kyle
mealtime.
I was going to make tostadas, but they don't sell them here. I have to make them myself, and that's just ridiculous.
Not ridiculous. Yeah. We're here for you. We're supportive of you.
Yes.
We're here to be your support system.
We're a bunch of extra mouths to feed.
Lindsay and Jen are going to show up with forks.
What
and
time
knives.
is dinner?
I know. Be like, we don't need forks and dinner where we're going.
We're going.
Forks and dinner. Forks and spoons where we're going.
I wasn't even going to bring a fork or knife because usually you have chips I can just dip in there as my fork and knife, and then I eat it.
There's salsa.
It's an edible fork knife.
There's salsa in the fridge, but I don't know if it's any good because it's been there for like a week.
Say what?
Say what?
Linda, say what?
Yeah. Salsa.
It's been in
She's
the fridge
holding
for
out.
a week. No, I'm not holding out. It's been in there for a week. So I don't think it's good.
It's delicious.
I bet it's fine.
Because I made guac for the fire station and salsa, and they ate all the guac.
Of course they did. Your guac goes fast all the time.
Gracias.
Like that time you made it and you didn't get any.
Oh my God.
I felt really bad about that.
I scraped the bowl.
She scraped the bowl and scraped the bowls of the children.
The children that left over.
And we were like, it was really good. Oh, that's making it worse. I mean, it was you can't really say it was bad.
Fuck you guys.
As I scoop a bit of guacamole into my mouth and I watch her scraping her bowl.
We had 3 vegans, so I was like, everything else was meat.
Yeah.
So that's all they ate.
Yeah.
And I had beans too, didn't I? Maybe no.
I don't know, but that spread was delicious. Yes, everybody brought delicious stuff too. Mm-hmm. Your tacos were amazing. Your salsa, your guac. Lindsay, your cowboy.
Your caviar thing, yes, that was cowboy caviar.
Oh, you guys I call it black bean confetti salad. But
that's pretty too. Yeah. That was delicious.
It was so
We ate
good.
it the next day because we kept some.
Yeah, I like stuff like that, but I like veggies. I like beans.
Yeah,
I like vegans, and I like my meat.
I like my meat. Just more meat. Just more meat.
Just more meat. Be supportive of your meat.
I want some meat.
But I mean, if you don't have meat, be supportive of your
crevasse.
Of your meat
Crevasses?
selections, sausage, pork,
your tacos.
lamb, poultries.
You can have tacos that are meatless. Yes, you
Meatless.
can. So that was a great
Meatless
tacos.
Faux meats. Faux show.
But for real, be supportive. Find your support. You know, so if you don't get support from your family, if they suck and they decide to disown you because of your or your husband's decision to join the military, fuck them.
Guess what?
Them.
You have TRICARE and they don't.
You're an adult and you can make your own decisions and just do what you want to do. You know, if this is what you want to do, do it. If you are... The only reason where I can...
I made it very red. Sorry.
It's okay. The only So the one way that I can see where a family gets a little iffy about it is if they're young and they are... You know, maybe they've been like this hoodlum their whole life and getting into trouble all the time and just having a rough life. And
military is great for
military
people like
is
that.
great for that too, but I can also understand where family could be nervous of the fact of like, I don't know if I want my kid to get into it too. And another on that too, it's the things that they are exposed to as well. And, you know, being in war, being on the line and having to shoot people come back with PTSD, you know, traumatic brain disorders. I've had 2 acquaintances that I've been to high school with that have killed themselves.
Oh, no.
Because of the fact from being in the army. I think they were both in the army, and at least one had a traumatic brain. Was that TBI? Yeah.
TBI.
Yeah, and so, and he, yeah. It's hard, and so that I can understand maybe if that's where the concern's coming from. Yeah. But it's not everyone goes through that too, and you know that's where you need to be supportive. If they decide to get into this journey of the military and they go along these paths, you just need to be supportive and help them.
Yeah, but with the whole TBI and the PTSD, you can have that with any other situation too, not necessarily just the military. You could have been in a car accident, a severe car accident, and you have PTSD from that, plus a TBI, plus God knows what else.
You can get a lot of PTSD from like sexual abuse,
that's too
physical abuse, and phobias and fears, and like being locked in a room when you were scared of the dark. Or there are tons of scenarios that psychologically you develop these conditions.
Growing up with a rough childhood.
That's why they shouldn't just aim for the military as the main cause for these issues. Yeah. Yes, they're highlighted more because of the career. Same thing with NFL players with, brain injuries with the NFL. Same thing. Yes, it is a dangerous sport, but so is baseball. So is soccer. You see my baseball?
Oops, I have Tourette's.
Oops, I did it again.
What was that? It came out of the side of your mouth.
That's how I make the voice, because I talk in like the upper portion of the back side of my throat. Like when you do like the Pee Wee Herman voice.
Well, what's with us and voices lately?
I don't know. But yes, anyways, I'm just saying, like, these certain careers are highlighted for certain injuries, and they're like, oh, well, if you join the military, you're going to have PTSD, you're going to have TBI, you're going to, get in trouble, you're going to be deployed for 5 years at a time. That's not the case. It's not the case.
No.
They don't tell you the good things you'll achieve. It's like, what if, like, I'm sorry, I'm just going to refer to the Air Force. What if you're, like, Airman of the Year? What if you get to, like, be recognized?
Dang it, you're going to have so much responsibility and recognition.
Yes.
How dare you?
Way to go, Lindsay. What if you get to go and, like, work at the White House, or, fly with the SAC, the NATO head or whatever. Like, that stuff's important. You know, that's cool. That's cool shit.
The presidential M&Ms are way better than the standard M&Ms.
I've had the presidential M&Ms, and let me tell you, those M's are printed on there harder.
I bet they don't rub off at all, do they?
No.
Yeah.
It melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Yeah, and it takes a while to melt in your mouth. You have to really roll it around.
You really got to work at it.
You got to work it.
You got to work those M&Ms in your mouth.
Yeah. Yes. I've had the M&Ms.
Oh, lucky.
I just want to brag that. No, one time it was like Air Force One landed in Guam, and I think Kyle got to go in there, and they gave him M&Ms and like a pack of matches or something. I was like, we don't even smoke. Are we supposed to melt the M&Ms?
That's what Cherie did too. Her husband was working when the Air Force One landed out here,
sure, yeah.
And
They gave him M&Ms.
He didn't come out, but everyone got M&Ms and a packet of matches.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
Todd got a bunch of those things too. He caught the jet in Korea, so he was. It's funny.
Yeah,
telling all the
funny.
stories.
I think was it Bush was still in president? Yeah, I think he was still president when we were in Guam. So it was probably his. Yeah, he was flying. I don't know.
It was
Bush. Bush's M&Ms.
You ate Bush's M&Ms.
I always wondered if the M&Ms grew on a bush or from the ground or off a tree.
They grew into a tree.
The bush grew into a tree.
Truth.
If you listen to our first episode, right, I think it's the first one, you'll understand.
Yeah. I had to say that. I had to help please Veronica.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So if you have any not questions, but if you have any stories of unsupportive family, or you are looking for somebody to come support you, not come, but, talk to you.
The point is, Jen's drunk, I think.
No!
I think she's drunk.
No.
Look at her. Drunk.
She's really pretty and smiley.
She's always pretty, even when she's not drunk. Mm-hmm. Even when,
But if you do need some more support, or someone to talk to,
we're here.
Email us.
Yeah.
We would love to talk to you. We love to chat with other people. It's totally fun. It's been fun kind of getting to know other listeners and
we
such.
love friends.
It's been really exciting, just to get out there and talk to new people.
Absolutely.
Because we talk to our friends out here, and they give us a lot of ideas and helpful, comments and stuff too, but we really do like it when it comes from new people, too, and we're here for you.
We want to hear from you.
Yes. My point is to ask, she's listening. I hope she is. I'm going to reach out to her one more time, see how she's doing, give us an update on what's going on. You do you. Your husband, tell him to do him, too. Like, he's going to do great. I think for him, he knows he's making the right decision. Good for him. It's going to be really rocky at the beginning, basic training, tech school, your first duty station, getting used to that, having to start all over again in a new environment. It's going to be rocky, but guess what? It's also super exciting. And your family is going to come around. His family will come around and they will accept it, and they're going to be so proud of him, and they're going to feel really goddamn silly when, in a few years down the road and they see all his achievements, and they'll be like, wow, that's our boy, we're super proud of you. It's going to be fine. And he has you. You're his support, and he will be your support. Just stick together. Stick together. I think for you guys made a good decision, and you guys will get through this. It's going to be a good life. Welcome to the Dependa world.
Welcome, and do update us.
Look at you being a Dependa and shit.
Yes, look at you. It's going to be great. And
TRICARE.
Seriously, that
Will you
TRICARE.
accept my BAH?
Yeah, BH.
Is that how he proposed to you? Because, he should have, but no.
Yeah.
But really, you'll have support, and even if your family, it takes them a little while to really get to it, you'll find support with the other wives around you. And so don't worry about displeasing your family or anything. Just do what you do. You're grown-ups.
Be his backbone.
Yeah, do what you want to do. You're adults,
you
and
can't please everybody.
You can do it.
Yeah, you can't please everybody.
No.
As long as you're happy and your spouse is happy and you're not hurting anyone, what's the problem?
Or murdering anyone.
We're not murdering anyone.
Yeah.
Don't get murdered, and don't do any murdering.
Yeah.
Murder's bad.
Murder's really bad.
Unless you're a crow, then you can murder, because when you travel in a group, it's
This sounds like a party. Yeah.
Oh, God. What have we done?
What haven't we done?
We've had a lot of fun today.
Maniacal laughing.
Diabolical.
Meh.
Jeez. Meow.
That was my maniacal laugh. Goat style.
It reminded me of the beer we were talking about at the bottom of the river where the goats collected.
The goat.
Why did you let the goat
goat.
die in your story?
So I had
Why would you go for the goat?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I had a guy one time told me we went to this place and there was like a river, and I was like, look, the water's really pretty. You know, I was like, I bet you can drink it. He's like, no, you can. It tastes super yummy. Like, it's good water. He's like, but I'll tell you a story. And he told me that he was there with a friend one time and he was drinking the water, and then they kept hiking up, and then they saw like a dead sheep or dead goat in the stream that they had just drank from.
Goat
Parasites.
That ruins your day.
E. coli.
Yeah.
Salmonella.
Mad goat disease.
Mad goat disease.
Worms.
Herpes. Chlamydia.
Of your insides.
Fibromyalgia.
Emphysema. I'm just saying. Which is diseases.
Cancer.
Cancer.
You're dead.
Yeah. Those, don't ever Google, you know, some whatever.
An ailment.
Yeah, it's like cancer. You have 6 weeks to live.
Yeah. Google is great, except for when you're trying to diagnose yourself. Don't do that. It's not smart.
What doctors are for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though with TRICARE you have to wait a while sometimes to be seen, it's okay. Take your time and force them to do the test.
Yes.
Force
See
them.
me now. No. Go away. Talk to my nurse. No. I want to talk to you now.
That's a great another topic.
Look.
We should cover that one.
I am emitting a weird smell.
Oh, jeez.
And there's foam around this infection.
My foot has swollen larger than my leg. I don't know what's going on. Take some Motrin.
Take some Motrin.
Motrin will cure this right up. And if
Yes.
it doesn't, here's more Motrin for later.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And also, we may amputate.
Here
But
is
here's
an ice
Motrin.
pack.
Here's an ice pack. Come back in 4 weeks. Yes. Also talk to the nurse advice line.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, don't do that.
No.
They're like, what would you have done if you were not on the phone with me? Well, I don't want to be on the phone with you, so I would have just driven straight to the hospital.
45 minutes, I can never get back on my life. The lady didn't even know the name of our base, and I repeated it 5 times. She was in, like, California or something, talking to a colleague while I'm on the phone with her. I was like, are you even here?
She's like, where are you?
Do you even know what you
I'm like,
are? Did you answer the phone in your garage with your home daycare
Are
in the
you
background?
a nurse? Are you really the nurse? Are you really a nurse with the military? I don't understand now.
Every time I've talked to the nurse advice line, I end
don't know
up just
what
going.
TRICARE
They're
is?
like, they just end up telling me, just go to the hospital. I was like,
Yeah.
great. That's where I was going. That's why I called the appointment line, and they sent me to you.
Just go and then call TRICARE in the morning.
Yeah.
And everything's fine.
I don't even call
Yes.
TRICARE.
For the referral, if you go
Well,
off
for here,
base.
yeah, if you're off base, that you have to call. But here, we're lucky, yeah.
You have to get a referral, even if you go like on an emergency. I
You
learned that the
go.
hard way too.
You go, and then you make sure you call them and let them know what you did.
Yeah,
I did that.
I don't do that.
I don't did that. Oh, that didn't do floating right now there. I did that.
Oh, dear.
No, I did it again.
Yes, you did.
I told Dave. He was like, oh. I was like, you have to listen to the episode. It's really good.
I like it.
David!
David's not here. David's out with the children.
Yeah, he's never into my day because he's with the kids.
Yeah,
Oh, David made your life day better.
they're roasting wieners.
They are.
Yeah, they're roasting hot dogs at the park. I think that's where they're going. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a mess.
That was fun, guys.
Do we have a Facebook comment to comment on today?
Let me see. I screenshotted some stuff.
Some good stuff.
Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm not gonna read this person's comment because I did not reach out to them and get their permission to read it, but I'm just gonna give you a gist of what it says. Basically, this person's significant other is in basic training, and she's a little concerned as to like the change that's gonna happen when the person comes back. She's not having like second thoughts about the marriage or anything. She's just a little overwhelmed with having to move across the country or across the world or wherever, and she considers herself a creature of habit and just having to leave her career behind or change her career. Any advice we can give her on that?
Get over it. No, I'm not that cold-hearted.
Shit. I was like, Jen.
No.
You're going to have to find a way to slightly get over it and then find a new it. You just have to reestablish your it.
Every 4 years.
Or
Average.
less, yeah.
Average.
Sometimes you'll get lucky and you're at a base for a really long time, though, too, which is good. So you can really get established for a little while.
And you get used to it.
It will be the land of new opportunity. Like, I know many spouses that have had home businesses, have businesses they've transferred over, and you got to allow yourself that time. It's overwhelming whether you have a business or not. There's stress. There's crazy. It's just because it's this dark room that you're entering, all of this unknown. And then once you get there and you get established and it starts to unfold, just taking it one step at a time, you will blossom. If you're awesome where you started, you're going to carry your awesome over because you're always you at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got this.
And depending on what career she has or job she has, it's something that you probably will be able to find something similar to wherever you go. Yes, going overseas, it might be a little bit different, and you're going to have to rearrange yourself and find something different to do, but you'll be fine. It will get easier.
Yeah.
It is a change, and if you're not used to doing any of that stuff yet, it's a lot different, but you'll get there.
Yeah, I think you might find something else that you like doing.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's true.
Yeah.
You should explore all options.
Explore all options. Yeah, you just have to be open to everything and just your environment and your career opportunities. And like Lindsay was saying, you might find something else. Like, or Jen said, sorry, not in that. I'm drunk. Sorry, not in that. Not in your career. Like what you want to be doing, but something maybe similar.
Right. Or, or just find something completely different. Because I did hairdressing when I was in Tucson, and then I did real estate when I was in Kansas, and that's completely different.
Similar, but different.
I mean, it's customer service.
Houses, not hair.
She always found her groove is the point.
Yes, find your groove.
Find something.
Lindsay, that's good.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Or try a new thing, apply for that job that seems different or something, or find a job on base that you never thought you would. I've heard of people, success stories, that have gotten GS jobs and have been able to grow in their GS job and get higher GS jobs and just be making more money than their husband's making.
Be a grower, not a shower.
Oh. Yes.
Maybe you want to be a shower, not a grower. Who knows? You'll find your groove, your move.
You'll find your niche.
Yeah.
Be aware that there will be unknown, there will be anxiety, there will be stress. That's give or take either way. And there's just things will get put on hold. And that's the most frustrating part, I think, of military life. There's no way around that. Your life will be on hold in certain parts, in certain intervals, in certain levels. And when you finally accept that,
it's time to move.
Get around it. Yeah, it doesn't become. Don't let it hinder you, but be aware of it. Address the skeleton in the closet.
Yeah,
and then have a dance party.
Yes, so that's very true. Not about the skeleton and the dance party, but I mean, no, but I mean like. Initially, you get your orders right, and it's like super nerve-wracking.
Hurry up and wait.
Yes, hurry up and wait, and it's a lot of planning, and it's stressful.
That's a podcast too, by the way. She's super sweet. Sorry.
Hurry up and wait. But you plan, and you get stressed, and all these things, and then you get to your next duty station, and you're stressing, and you're trying to build a different life again, because it's kind of like you're starting from scratch again. You get to rebuild yourself. Again.
But you still have that experience and the ideas in your head and your skills and your talents. Those never go away.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you're really comfortable for a while, and then you get to move again, and you get to go all over.
It's so invigorating.
Over. Yeah. It's stressful. It's very stressful when you're not used to that type of thing. But you really do have to have an open mind and know that your husband's job takes priority. So that's the problem. It sucks because I know you're probably used to being independent and working and being able to do your own thing and all this stuff, but
which you still can.
Yes, of course, but just know your husband's job takes a little bit more priority, especially when you have kids. If something happens with the kids, you're going to have to be the one to be called out to get them if he is working. So it just you kind of have to be able to, be flexible.
Find a good balance.
Yeah.
Find a good balance with all of that. That works for you and doesn't stress you so much. At first, initially it's going to stress you out.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what your local yoga classes that your gym at base offers for free. Get in there.
For real.
Do your yoga.
Yeah.
Let your ideas come.
Yeah.
Your flexibility.
Your ideas will flow out when you're doing that yoga flow.
Mm-hmm. Flourishing.
You have nothing else
flowing.
to do. You empty your mind and all these beautiful creative thoughts come to it now.
Yeah.
Connect.
Yeah. I did yoga this morning. It was
Did you
really
really?
great.
Good for
I'm
you.
so proud of you.
For leg day recovery. It was the most amazing.
I
thought about was Lindsay, and I was like, Lindsay and her yoga.
I sat in my pajamas
Good.
until like about 11.
And that's what you can do too, you know?
That's
you
yoga
don't
for
have
your
to
mind. Yeah.
You don't even have to like go out there and you can sit around for a little while, take a few months off from when you move to a new place.
Yeah.
And just chill, relax, get used to your new surroundings, and
discover
then
new places.
Yeah, make friends.
Self-care.
Self-care. Yeah. Mentally recharge.
Yeah.
And physically recharge.
Yeah.
And then get out there.
Yeah, because you need it too. Oh. There's other recharges that Lindsay's depicting right now.
She did finger gestures that my eyes
I was
bleeding.
docking.
I have virgin eyes.
The
Never
plug
seen
to recharge
anything.
the phone.
Oh, okay. The plug. It's the plug. Mm-hmm.
She was doing some sort of plunger movement in her
Plunger?
Finger
Spelunking.
into hole.
finger. Keep your fingers to yourself, Lindsay.
Keep your fingers to yourself.
Yeah. But you got this. You'll be all right. It's scary and change is scary, but you can do it.
You'll be fine. You're fine.
You got
You're
it.
fine.
You can always call us and vent about it.
We're here for you.
At DEPENDAsplaining@gmail.com or Facebook
Yes.
or Twitter
Kind of,
or
yeah.
Instagram us.
Hey, we're trying to get better at it.
We are good.
We put up Instagram highlights. You know, we're still learning stuff, and so we put up all our episodes, and they're not in order, and so Instagram's really annoying. They won't let you rearrange them.
Why?
I don't know. They're stupid.
Shall we write a letter to somebody?
I'm sure plenty of people.
I'm still waiting for the people that fly the planes to respond to my emails.
At least they decided not to fly on a weekend. Thank
well,
goodness.
it is a weekend, so
Thank goodness.
yeah.
They gave them the day off.
Yeah.
Hey, well, if you want to hear us talk about something, or if you want us to cover something, reach out to us, my friends.
Do it.
Reach out.
Reach out and
Reach out.
email me.
Email me.
We want
you.
your emails. Is that like too old school now? Is emails too old school? Because they shouldn't be. You
Is
should
it?
just email
How
us.
else are you supposed to communicate? If you don't want to talk to somebody face to face.
Private message us or DM us on Instagram. We're very responsive. You know, we see your messages and we get to them as soon as we possibly can because we, are stay-at-home moms. So that's what we do. Besides Lindsay, the librarian. Lindsay, the librarian. It just works. It flows.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Well, we're here.
Thanks for that.
We're here for you.
Miss you guys.
I know.
We miss you too. We've been in here by ourselves.
Yeah. It's weird.
Did David ruin your day today? We haven't talked about David ruining our day.
No, she said he made it better because he took the kids.
Yeah, he took the
true.
kids. So
That's sweet.
we've been free. We've had no distractions today. Can you believe it?
Anyways.
Bruce Willis.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yes. Well, this was great.
Yeah.
This is really good. It was a good topic. I like getting out there and talking about stuff.
Yeah.
I like talking.
I just like talking. I just like the sound of my own voice. It's soothing. It's in my head. It sounds different when we listen to it in real life.
Thanks for staying tuned, friends.
Tuned? What is this? The
Thanks for staying
1950s?
tuned.
Yeah.
On the radio.
Yeah.
On the radio.
Whoa.
On the radio. Whoa. On the radio. Don't put a microphone in front of my face. I'll sing. Don't make me sing.
Well, let's talk all the time. We just keep talking. Why do things just keep popping up in our heads and keep going?
It's just fucking nonsense.
It
just
is.
things that pop into my head and they just come out my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I should keep things in my mouth. Using my mouth more.
You should use your mouth more.
Use my mouth less.
Mm-hmm.
Use my mouth more.
Yeah.
More.
Lindsay, why don't you send us off now?
Oh, that sounds like a splendid plan, my friends. Just remember, as you're about trotting the globe, military or non-military affiliated, we always appreciate you tuning in. And just remember, wherever you go,
There you are. Goodbye. Support your local troops.
Good day.